Welcome to a new episode of The Good Talk. And I'm here with Noa Wolff. Welcome to the studio, Noa.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. I'm so glad you are here. And I want to get into this and learn more about you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So can you give us a little bit more information about you, who you are, what you do? Just tell the people who you are.
All right. Well, I'm Noa Wolff. I'm from the Netherlands. I'm an actor and singer-songwriter. I moved here about 2.5 years ago. Have been working ever since. I went to school for a bit too. But I graduated and just working full-time right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what year did you graduate?
2023. So very recently.
Oh, okay. Wow. That was last year.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
It's very recent.
Yeah. So you've been here for 2 years now.
Yeah.
Where did you move from?
The Netherlands.
The Netherlands.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a kind of far.
It's a big move.
It's a big move. What made you move to Los Angeles? Because that's a big move.
It is. Well, obviously, as an actor, I know LA is just the place to be, like Hollywood. I could have stayed in the Netherlands. There is a film industry there. There's just not as much opportunity. So I decided to just go. I just took the leap and just went.
Did you move out here by yourself?
Yeah, I did.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Can you just talk to us a little bit about how that process was, like in your mind? You were in the Netherlands. You grew up there?
Yeah, born and raised.
Born and raised in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
And then one day you just decided you were going to move to LA.
Yeah, I always loved acting. I grew up in theater, so I always loved theater. And at some point I was like, you know what, I'll take the realistic route. And I decided to just go to school and then probably at some point, I don't know, become a lawyer or a doctor. And but then at some point I realized I didn't want to do that. I think it was probably 15, and I was like, no, I still want to be an actor. It's not just a childhood dream. Like, I want to do this. So I ended up literally going on Google and looking up best acting schools in LA, because I was like, I'm sure I'll find something. I found this school, Baron Brown Studio. I went there. I graduated. And yeah, because I found that and everything, I decided to just go. It was a crazy process because I wanted to move a little earlier, but because of COVID, I got held back a bit. So I had to stay in the Netherlands a little longer, which was okay. I worked, I saved some money, so that was good. And then I moved here right when I turned 19, which was a good experience. It was crazy. It's crazy to move at a young age. I'm still young. But it was very interesting. I do have some family here, so it made the move a little easier because there were some familiar faces. But yeah, because I did go to school and stuff like that, it was very easy to meet people and stuff like that. And I found my place very quickly.
Okay, so UCLA.
UCLA, yeah. I went to, I did a certificate program at UCLA Extension. It was entertainment studies, so it was kind of a little bit of everything. So it was producing, directing, cinematography, post-production, pre-production, writing, like everything. It was a little over a year. And yeah, it was really fun. It was good to meet people, and it was just a great environment to be in. So yeah, that was really fun.
So at a really young age, you knew you wanted to pursue like an acting career.
Yeah, I was, as a little teeny tiny kid, I was always running around the house singing, dancing, acting, making up monologues.
So and you're a songwriter, singer as well.
Yeah, singer-songwriter.
Wow,
yeah.
you have so many talents.
Yeah.
So when you were young and thinking of this, this dream, was there anyone that you looked up to?
Like other actors and stuff?
Yeah, other actors, singers that you were like, man, I kind of like, you were in the Netherlands. And then you would watch TV, I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
And see other people. I mean, the internet was like a thing already, right? You're
yeah.
pretty young, so you grew up with the internet. Right. So yeah, was there anyone that would inspire you and like kind of motivate you to just continue pursuing this dream?
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot. One of the first ones I always think of is Meryl Streep. She's just, I don't know. Whenever I watch anything of her, I just love her.
Yeah.
So Meryl Streep, and then one that's a little younger that I always think of because I loved the Hunger Games growing up. I was still pretty young when it came out, so I loved that. And then Jennifer Lawrence, also seeing her career just develop. She's amazing. She's really good. So I love Jennifer Lawrence too.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And do you have an agency that you work with?
I do. I have a commercial agent, Eris Talent Agency, and theatrical currently still looking.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit more about this agency? How do they help you
Yeah.
in your career?
My agency is amazing. My agent is Eloisa De Jesus. She's amazing. She's really good. She helps me with a lot. She sends me out on a lot of auditions, and she's gotten me some amazing jobs. I love working with her. She is a very kind person. Like, she will text me and call me about things instead of just, kind of staying out of it. I love working with her. I've been with her since November. It's a great experience. Yeah.
Okay. Would you recommend like other young actors to get an agent?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I think you can self-submit to a lot of things. Like for theatrical, so far I've been self-submitting constantly. But as an agent, and especially if you get a good agent, they will just help you so much more. They can get you so many bigger things that you wouldn't be able to get on your own. And it's just nice to have that help of someone else, because it's overwhelming to do it all on your own.
Okay. So since you got here, what has your work looked like? How many like short films and what kind of projects have you done?
So at the beginning, I was more focused on school and I wasn't doing too much work. But in the past year and a half, I've been working a lot. I've done over 20 short films. Yeah, so I've been working a lot. I'm very lucky to be working a lot. I've done a few commercials. I've done some plays. I actually set up a theater group with a few people. It's called Little Theater Group. It was really fun. We picked some one act plays and we just performed it. This was a few months ago. It was really fun to do. We're planning on doing another one soon too. We have to just find what we want to do. Because I grew up in theater, so sometimes I miss that. So it was fun to bring that back out. But yeah, it's really a lot of short films, and a lot of commercials. But
Okay.
it's great.
Do you have a favorite short film that you've worked on that maybe like speaks to you because like the character you played in that short film? Do you have one?
The one that stands out to me it's called Rosebud. It just got out of post-production, so it should go into festival soon.
Nice.
It's just such a beautiful story. It was fun for me. I love characters that are very deep, and this one, it was like a psychological thriller. And I was a woman at her best friend's wedding. I was the maid of honor, and the wedding was a trap to harvest and torture single women that are a little older because they shouldn't be single. So it was crazy. There was a lot that went on there. There were a lot of cute moments in the film where it's just me and my best friend having fun at her wedding, and then there's crazy things of me being tortured and stuff. It was crazy.
So it's an emotional roller coaster.
It was an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, is that your favorite type of like character to play, like a drama kind of like suspense character?
Yeah, I love drama. I love just that deep, dramatic like character, just having a lot going on. I like comedy too. I didn't used to like playing comedy. It wasn't really my thing. But then when I went to my acting studio, my acting teacher, Elaine Williams, she's amazing, and she loved to just push me out of my comfort zone. So she decided to give me a lot of comedy. And at first I didn't like it at all, but then I started to love it. I just fell in love with comedy. So I really like that too. But still my preference is drama and just such deep characters.
Okay, so drama and suspense is what you like to play as a role.
Yeah.
But what's the real Noa Wolff like? Like in real life, are you very dramatic? Are you are you a serious person? Tell us a little bit about like the real Noa Wolff.
Yeah, I'm not that serious. I'm serious when I have to be, but I like to take life kind of lightly. I'm a very bubbly person. I smile all the time. I just kind of like to enjoy life. And obviously there's some things that need to be taken serious, but I just try to take most things a little lightly just because life is fun and some things are not that serious, you know. And I know that sometimes I tend to overthink things and start stressing and become anxious, and because of that I decided to sometimes just not take it that serious, just so I can just enjoy it without getting in my head all the time.
Yeah. Okay. And what's the latest film that you've been on?
The latest one,
The most recent one that you've worked
the
on?
most recent one
I saw,
that
was it Halfway?
Halfway,
Is that-
Halfway was, we shot it a few months ago, but it's premiere. I just had my premiere last Friday. It already won an award, so that's
Congrats.
exciting.
Wow.
Thank you. Yeah, it's an amazing film. It's a sensitive topic. It's about the Israel-Palestine conflict, but it's a beautiful story about meeting halfway, and just both sides. The conflict isn't talked about too much in there. They don't talk about the political issue too much, but it's two families, one Israeli family, one Palestinian family, that live in America. They moved to America, and then they meet, but, you know, they're kind of like, they don't really want to be around each other, but the little kid, that would be my brother in the movie, he goes over to the neighbor and they start talking and everything. And at the end of the movie, both families meet halfway, which is just a beautiful story of reconciliation and just meeting halfway.
And how long is this short film?
It's, I think, around 15 minutes.
And where can people watch this short film?
Currently, it's going through all the festivals. So
Okay.
right now,
so it's just
not
exclusively through festivals right now.
Currently, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so nobody can really watch this film
Not
unless
right
you're
now
invited to the festival.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. But hopefully soon.
hopefully
Yeah.
soon. But there's a trailer though, right?
There
People can
is a
watch?
trailer. It's on Instagram. It's at halfway_film.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, check out the trailer for Halfway Film.
Yeah.
Hopefully people can watch it, you know, when it comes out.
I know.
On YouTube or
Yeah.
wherever they decide
Yeah.
to post it. What are some of your goals as far as like your career? Like you're very young and you've only been here for 2 years.
Yeah.
So what are some of your goals for your future as an actor and singer and songwriter?
My goal is definitely to get a feature film. I love short films, but I really want to get in a feature film. My goal is this year, so it will happen.
Yes.
So that's for acting. That's the nearest goal that I have set, because I really want to have that experience too. And then as a singer, I just want to release my songs, because I have a lot of songs that are ready. They're written, they're ready, but I need to produce them. But me personally, I just sing. I can play a little bit of guitar and piano just to accommodate myself and to write it, but it's not good enough.
Can you
for
give
the
us
production.
a little piece of one of your songs?
Yeah. Let's think.
Just your favorite one that you can think of.
Yeah, one of them is, why don't we run back to the life we had? Or do you think we should stop this fight and go to bed? Oh, how I love you, I do. Oh, how I love you, it's always been you.
Wow, that
That's a
was
part of it.
beautiful.
Thank
wow,
you.
you're so talented.
Thank you.
That was insane. That was so good.
Yeah,
So,
so-
okay, so singers, and do you want to be in feature films.
Yes.
Yeah, and like which one do you prefer more? Because I feel like you're talented in both of them. So which one how do you balance these two things out?
I I never really wanted to put a preference on either because I love both. Right now, the past 2 years since I've been here, my focus has been on acting more simply because I've been to an acting studio. I went to UCLA for film. I've been doing a lot of acting stuff, and I have not been doing a lot on my singer-songwriter part. But that doesn't mean that there's a preference for me. It's just kind of how it happened. And right now, I want to start focusing on the singing part more too. So I'm looking for a producer. I'm planning on releasing it. I have one song released.
Where can we hear that?
It's currently on Apple Music and YouTube. It was on Spotify, but there was some issues with Spotify, so we need to get that back on. It's called Let Me Go by Noa Wolff and TMI. It was a collaboration. It's a really nice song. We released it in October, so it's been a while. But yeah, I want to focus on both. It's difficult to put 100% to both.
Yeah.
But I'm trying my best to balance it.
I mean, it sounds like maybe a musical like movie
I
would
know.
be perfect for you.
I would love a movie like La La Land.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That would be awesome. Have you ever thought of auditioning for those type of roles, like musical movies?
You know, I haven't auditioned to any of them yet. I should.
Yeah.
No, it's really fun. I think my issue with it is that I'm not as talented in dancing. So I need
they
to
have to dance too, right?
so I need to work on that. But I would love to be in a musical movie.
Yeah. And as far as like headshots, how important do you think headshots are for actors?
So important.
Yeah.
It's really, really important. It's difficult because sometimes you'll love your headshots and others won't like them as much. I know that my headshots, they're expensive to get in LA. And it's just one of those things that actors, unfortunately, they have to just spend that money on it because it's really important to it's the one thing that sells you. Like even sometimes before you send in any type of audition or self-tape, they just see your picture and you need to immediately sell them on that. But it's also, everyone will look at it different. Like with my headshots, some people love them, but I also know some people that think that I could get better ones. So it depends on the person. And you have to redo them. And I know I'm going to have to redo my headshots soon.
How long ago did you take your headshots?
Like 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you like me to take some headshots for you?
Yeah.
Yes? Let's do it.
Please.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, I'm taking some headshots for you. You can come back to the
Cool.
studio and then we'll do some headshots.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Perfect. What do you do for fun other than, work?
Right. Well, the good thing for me is that my work is fun for me. That's why I decided to make my hobby into a career. But outside of singing and acting, I love going to the gym, fitness. And one thing, and especially since moving here, because I live close to the beach. So going to the beach is it just brings me back to earth. Like, because so many things, it's just a lot. Being on set and everything, there's so many people around you. And I love it. Don't get me wrong. But sometimes just need to go to the beach. I can sit at the beach and just watch the waves for hours. Sometimes I'll bring a book, bring something to drink, and just chill. Just sit at the beach. So that's definitely one of my favorite things to do, especially here in LA.
Okay. And let's talk about podcasting real quick. Is this your first podcast?
It is.
What do you think?
My first one. I like it. It's fun. It's just conversation. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I hope maybe you get invited to more podcasts and you can start doing this a lot more. That'd be awesome, right?
That would be, yeah.
Would you ever consider starting your own podcast?
You know what? I have thought about it because a friend of mine mentioned it to me once. I feel like it's fun, but also difficult because you have to keep thinking about the things to talk about. But I would love to do it. I don't know if it's in my near future, but who knows? At some point, maybe I'll start one.
Yeah. So what would your podcast be about? Let's do a little brainstorming here.
What would it be about? I think it would be about entertainment, but I think it might just be a fun Some of them might just be me inviting my friends and just having fun girl talk.
Nice.
I
So,
love those podcasts. I listen to
girl
them. I
talk.
love them. Yeah.
Okay. What would you call your podcast?
Ew. I know I have to do something with my last name, Wolf.
You have a really cool last name, Wolf. Like, that's a really cool last name.
Thank
You
you.
definitely have to include that
Yeah.
in your podcast,
Yeah.
hypothetically.
Yeah, I know. The Wolf Pack, Wolfies.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wolfie's podcast,
I
Wolf
know.
Talk. Hey, these are really good.
Yeah. Don't steal them.
Yeah, don't steal the podcast name. You have to copyright that.
Yeah.
So you like to travel a lot. What places have
Yes.
you traveled to?
Ooh, I've been to a lot of places. In Europe, of course, because I'm from Europe, I've traveled around a lot there. Italy, France, Switzerland, a lot of other places there too. I love traveling around Europe. I've been to Thailand twice. I love Thailand, and I want to just plan a 6-month trip around Southeast Asia to just spend my
Wow,
time.
6 months.
I know that's like my dream, because I love the cultures and the food. I love Thailand, and the most recent one was New York. I went to New York for the first time, and I've been wanting to go since I was a little girl. So it was so exciting to finally go and to just see it. It's like a movie. So it was
Yeah.
really fun.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
I want to travel more too. I want to go.
Yeah.
I've never been to New York, but that's definitely on
Oh,
the bucket
nice.
list. I
Yeah.
want to go to New York.
You should go.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You recommend it?
I do.
Okay.
I've been dreaming about it for so long that I just impulsively got the tickets. I decided I'm just
Wow.
gonna do it. I know.
How do you compare New York with LA?
Ooh. New York, well, one thing I love about New York is that you don't need to have a car. Like I don't have a car currently here in LA, which is terrible.
Sounds tough. That sounds tough out here in LA.
Insane. And I take Ubers, but I also try to take public transportation, but public transportation here is
out
just
here,
not not lovely. And so being in New York, just being able to walk around and even being able to take public transportation, it's not the cleanest, but
Yeah.
it gets you places fast, it's efficient. And what else about New York? It was so nice. I went there in February, so it was very cold. So that's one big difference between LA
Yeah.
and New York. But I'm used to the cold back home. But yeah, I loved it. I loved it. Every picture I took, I was like, oh my God, this looks like a scene from a movie.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's on my bucket list. I need to visit New York.
Yeah.
Let's talk about social media. How do you use your social media, and do you focus on growing your social media? How much of that focus is on that?
Right. I didn't used to, but recently I've been focusing on wanting to grow it, just because I feel like it's good for my career. But I don't put too much pressure on it. So I do still post pictures because it's fun and I want to share it with my friends and my family. But then, yes, also, behind the scenes pictures of sets and stuff like that. I didn't used to post that too much. Right now, I post that all the time.
Yeah, I'm sure people
Because-
like seeing behind the scenes
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
of like what your kind of life in the film industry looks like.
Exactly. And it's fun for me to share that too, especially because now, having been here in LA for 2 years, I'm getting more and more followers in the entertainment industry too, from people that I've met. But a lot of my followers are from back home, and they're not in the industry. They don't know much about it. So I've gotten a lot of messages from them. How is it there? Can you send me pictures? So they love seeing it. So sending those out are fun, and just posting them so they can see it and I can share it with them. But yeah, growing it is definitely a part of it, but I need to be more consistent with it to actually grow it.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have to be posting and being
Yeah.
on it. It's a lot of work,
It is.
Like social media influencers like used to be kind of like a joke.
But
But
it's still-
now it's like an actual
Yeah.
job that people are pursuing, which is
Yeah.
crazy, and people are making money off of doing that with working collaborations with brands and other companies, which is
Yeah.
crazy to think that is a thing now, especially people
Yeah.
like young people like yourself, right? Kind of grew up with social media.
Yeah.
But I know you're young, but
Mm-hmm.
what type of advice would you give someone that maybe is considering moving to LA or just considering going into like acting?
Right. My biggest advice, which is you've heard it before, but it's so important to actually follow your heart and follow your gut. Because there's so many doubts. There's so many, should I do it? Should I not do it? Should I just be more realistic? At the end of the day, you want to do something you love with your life. Because if you don't do that, then what are you doing? You know, you're not going to enjoy it in 20, 30, 40, 50 years. So if you know this is your passion and you love this, then please just do it. Go for it, you know, and don't give up. Just keep going, and even if it's slow at first, you'll notice that it starts going and going and going and faster, and it's just it's enjoy the process.
Hear that,
Yeah.
kids?
Yeah.
Follow your dreams and never give
Please.
up. Yeah. Well, it sounds like you're very passionate and you're so
Yeah.
inspiring and you're just doing what you love to do. And I love hearing stories like this. So, Noah, thank you for coming to the studio and onto my podcast. And that's going to be it. That's all I have for you.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, just thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it, and it was so fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We have to do this again
For sure.
sometime to see how your career moves forward. And
Yes.
I'm rooting for you, and I wish nothing but the best for you. So
Thank
thank
you.
you for coming.
Thank you so much.